Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Thomas. This is the start of my YouTube channel, Thomas Garage. I'm a passionate car guy, whether it's working on them, buying and selling them, cleaning them, redoing them, you name it, I'm into it all with cars. I think about cars constantly. I grew up when I was 5 years old. My dad came home with a 67 Camaro. When I was 7, we bought a 72 Nova that turned into my high school car, and I had it for, 11 years. Sold it when I was 18. Regret it, but I needed the money for the life decisions and the path that I was going down. And so it is what it is, but now that I'm older, I'm able to enjoy this passion. And I want to just talk about what I've done, a little bit about me. Just a regular guy who loves cars, loves working on them. I've got a wife and a daughter, and this is my hobby. And I feel like I'm not the only one out there, and I want to create content that everyone can enjoy to see. I love the new cars, older cars. I grew up on muscle cars. I was around them more when I was younger. So it is more of my passion per se, but I really do enjoy the new stuff. Probably 5 years ago now, my first newer performance car I bought was a 2003 Mustang Cobra from a good friend of mine. Only had 22,000 miles on it. I do regret selling that car. It was a Sonic Blue, and it's probably about $10,000 more than what I sold it for back in 2018, I think it was. 2018, 2019, so this car's gone up a lot in value. But after that car, I went and bought a C6 Z06, the common route. After going from a Cobra to a Corvette, usually it's a C6 Z06. Some guys will go to a 01 if they got the enough money for it. But at that time, I went into a C6 Z06, drove it for probably 6 months or so, and then went ahead, took it apart, did the whole heads cam route, NA, E85, ended up making 618 to the tires. It was a very fun car, but it was a long, with the gearing with that car, it's stretched out, and fun doesn't really start happening until second gear. And by the time you're at 7,200 RPM in second gear, you're doing 90, and then you're reaching for third, and you're at 100, 120, like that. So I don't need to be going that fast anymore. So after that car, I had sold that car and then found this car, 72 Chevelle. It's up in the air right now in the rear. I was doing some maintenance to it earlier this weekend. Changed the fuel filter. It's been a while since I've changed the fuel filter. Changed the housing on it. Went from a cartridge style to just more of an inline filter. But I've had this for about a year now. Bought it out in Texas. My brother out there, he went and looked at it for me, gave me the thumbs up, and it couldn't have come from a nicer guy. Seemed like it had been sitting for a while. Had the Holley Sniper EFI on it. The motor's pretty rowdy. It's a 3-3 stroker, but it's 10.5 to 1. A big solid roller cam, big dart heads. It just wasn't happy with these newer EFI units. I've noticed with this car, at least, I noticed that it doesn't, with the cam that's in it, it can't self-tune the way they claim it can, and so it was getting confused. And anyways, had a bunch of issues. Gas didn't seem too old in it, but we put some fresh fuel in it when it got out. Had it shipped out to me. Since I've had it, I've changed the wheels. Went to rally wheels before it had some weld center lines on it. Slicks and skinnies. I wanted something more drivable, so I went 15x7 up front, 15x8 in the rear. The engine, we changed it to a carburetor with a return fuel system. The timing, I played around with the timing with the bushings, the MSD, and I ended up just locking it. I locked it at 35 degrees. Took care of, I had a real big RPM drop when I'd go from park to drive. I would see like an 800 RPM drop. And so that was because the throttle, the carburetor, we're having to keep the carburetor open so far that it was getting past the idle circuit. So anyways, converted to carburetor, changed the timing, changed some of the gauges up in the interior, but I love it. I drive it. I have no problem driving it 100 miles round trip. It's a very fun car. It's fast. It's a turbo 350, high stall, 410 gears. You know, more of a street strip car, more of something you probably want to take to the drag strip, but you know, it's a hot rodder. It's something you buzz around town and have fun in. So I was wanting that. It's got a backseat in it, but the car is for sale. So if you are interested, I've made a couple shorts on it, but the car is for sale. So I'm gonna make videos on it. I do have some shorts of me revving it. I've changed the exhaust system on it. Just things that I think what I would do to the car that I think complemented it well. And you know, it's just a fun car. If I had the money and time and resources, I'd probably convert it to a manual, but you know, it is a manual valve body car, so you do have to shift it, which makes it fun. But anyways, this channel, just want to introduce myself. I live up in Northern California. I'm a big car guy, and I want to share my passion. I'm starting to really get into the Shelby scene. I really enjoy the Shelby, whether it's the newer GT350s, a GT350 Fastback, obviously a Tribute, can't afford a real one, the Hertz cars, Tributes. So I'm kind of steering that route, but I want to talk about it all. So that's just about me. This is my hobby, so I want to, you know, eventually do more of this. I'm gonna try and, you know, do as much content as I can throughout the week with my job, and you know, obviously family time and all that good stuff. So you know, like and subscribe to the video if you want to see more of this content. You know, it's gonna be fun. So I appreciate the viewing. I appreciate your time, and look forward to seeing what we can do. So thank you very much. Join the next one.